Incoming transmission from the future. Vancouver AI Community Meetup.
All right, so let me set the scene. Andrew, who runs Rival, which is recently merged with Angus Reid, which many people have heard about. He's a part of this community. They came to us, they said, we love what you're doing. We're trying to examine how survey data turns into the stories we tell. A lot of it's boring. We'd like to go deeper. There's some cool shit going on in this community. How can we use AI to tell different stories? So Andrew and I came up with this idea for the Data-Storytelling Hackathon. These guys are a big part of running it with Brittany and Julia and Andrew and myself. We are wrapping up round 2 tonight. Big Bear Sev won round 1. $2,500 in his pocket. We get to give out another oversized check tonight to a winner. We got a bunch of projects in. Sev, you wouldn't have won. You wouldn't have won if that project came in this month, man. You took the bar way up, bro. You really told people it was possible, dude. And I really appreciate you showing up the way you did, because this month's projects are sick. We're about to see them. Who's talking next?
Yeah.
I'll just quickly say this was an interesting data set. The first data set we did was light and fun, and this one was a lot heavier, and we had high hopes. We weren't sure it was going to land, but man, did it ever land. So that's all I want to say. I'll let the projects speak for themselves. Brett? Do you want to say anything else?
No.
Okay. Please. So what's next? Do we just press play on the projects?
Come on. What's the controversy, dude?
Well, we talked about the data set asked the question what it means to be Canadian. So it was a discussion about identity across Canada. And we got some.
We asked 1,000 Canadians in June 2025, what does Canadian identity mean to you? Thinking we would get back sweet answers.
There were some sweet answers.
Actually, most of it was actually really, really lovely. But there was a whole broad set of perspectives. And what I love about the projects we're about to see is how they handle that. And so it was very inspiring, just like everything relates to this community. So thanks for the opportunity.
So talk to us about your role in this whole situation here, Brett.
I'm Director of Customer Success at Rival Technologies. I coordinate with the clients and gather the data and try to make it speak. So you guys and all of what you're doing really sort of brings a new light to data. I've been in this industry for 30 years now, so it's a really great perspective, and I appreciate what Chris is bringing to it.
You guys are such nerds. They gave us $10,000 to give to you guys, and they're like, just figure out what the future of data storytelling is. We get to make up the questions. We get to make up the whole situation. We judge them together, and then you guys show us what's on your mind. Proj, did you finish your project this month?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You sure did.
Oh, yeah. Frajwal finally made it in, man. It's so good to see you participating in this stuff, Brittany, what's going on?
I really did not have anything to say. I just wanted to be up here. This hat isn't quite the hot dog hat, but it's still a hat, and I wore it for you all. So.
Will you introduce us to the honorable mentions?
Yeah, and it's, by the way, Canada Day in a couple days, so this is a pretty good topic.
All right, so
okay.
It's like a big unveiling. No one knows what's going on here except for a couple of us.
All right, so our first honorable mention, and I think unfortunately she couldn't be here today, comes from Swathy, Rayor. She built, I will do my best to describe this. It is a comic depicting the origin of the hackathon and all of the data. And we will make this link publicly available so you can all see it.
Swathy wrote a comfy UI interface that takes any data and then visual diagram inputs and then continues to generate out infinity stories in this direction. So this is her continuation of last month's project, where if you were here, she showed the is a hot dog a sandwich courtroom debate in what do you call it? a graphic novel style sequential layout. She built a piece of software that's available on GitHub that takes a look at data and just starts to pump out images that tell a graphic novel type story. So Swathy, thank you very much for participating in this. You're doing a great job. I don't know where the fuck you are tonight, but you should definitely be here. Okay, number 2.
It's okay, take your time. Our second runner-up comes from the Team Wisdom Lantern, made up of Sev Garaskin, round 1's winner, and April AI.
Canada's compass locks on freedom. 62% crave autonomy. 81% feel deeply Canadian, even as 62% fear polarization's crack. We balance on a seesaw. 29% honor heritage, while 40% pursue innovation. A warming horizon warns of a climate tipping point, but hope endures. 68% believe honest dialogue can span every canyon and unite the Canada we're ready to build.
And that's a voice of Brody, a First Nations Canadian, as he summarizes our Canadian Identity Survey findings. What we have done is we trained the model on the voice of Brody and created an AI-generated video that summarizes the survey results with a voiceover. All right, let's look what we have here. We've analyzed the entire data set of 1,001 responses with 14 main survey questions and 2 sub-questions. The data set represented data from 11 provinces and territories. And what we found is the Great Canadian Paradox. 81% feel deeply connected to Canadian identity, but 62% fear political polarization will tear us apart. And we found more paradoxes, such as foundational paradox, the heritage progress paradox, the identity paradox, and the connection division paradox. And we examined this paradox from the social identity theory lens. 81% of Canadians feels connected through shared values of politeness, inclusivity, and care for community. And we fear political polarization. Most of us, 62%, fear that external forces will fragment our unified identity. We also created a Canadian value compass. Our true north points to the values that we all share, which is freedom and autonomy, community care networks, and equitable system. At the left is innovation and progress. At the right is our heritage and Indigenous reconciliation. We stand on guard against political polarization, economic inequality, and regional tensions. Moreover, we used artificial intelligence to transcribe and select 3 most representative videos that correspond to the dataset: the thinker, the dreamer, and the heart. And we'll let you watch these videos on your own.
Thanks, Big Bear. Hey, and in the spirit of Big Bear, you get the little Canadian bear and the moose and that.
I want to let April rock the microphone. Hey, April, will you just come talk for 15 seconds? Okay, no problem. You stay there. It's no problem. Tell me a little bit about what we were seeing.
Well, it was my honor to participate in this month's digital hackathon. I wanted to come with the perspective that I wanted to be inclusive of First Nations friends. So I was able to get Brody come and do a little voiceover, but he had a little bit of a cold. So we were able to use AI technology to help synthesize his voice and be their narration, because I wanted to really have First Nations representation. And then it was just a journey of learning how to work with data from an AI perspective, and just so glad and so honored to be here.
Yeah, thank you, April. It's so cool you're participating. The barrier to participation is really low. Like, at the very least, grab the data set and throw it into ChatGPT and ask what the fuck is in here anyway. And based on what it tells you, be like, well, what should I do about that now? And this is what I'm good at, and this is what I'm interested in. Now what should I do? Just mess with it, tinker. That's the whole reason why we're doing this. These guys go out to Angus, Reid, and pay a lot of money to have 1,000 Canadians researched on the questions we give them, and then we get the data back that nobody else has ever seen, and we get to invent new ways of messing with it. So thanks, April. Thank you. I really love what you guys coming up with. Yeah. April and I known each other for like 20 years. She's a downtown east side homelessness and poverty activist, and she's been involving a lot of people from Gastown, Hastings, downtown east side in our community. And sorry your uncle was sick tonight, but we welcome them back whenever they can. Sev, thanks for supporting everything you do, man. I'm gonna ask you back in a minute. Okay, let's proceed. You got more stuff? Yeah, we got the winner, the grand prize winner. Come on up. All right, this one's fucking cool. Better than I thought.
Yeah, this was definitely the most innovative and creative submission that we've had so far. And while all of the submissions were very technically skilled, I think that is what pushed this one over the top. And so our winner comes from Matt Sinclair Foreman. Yeah! And here we are.
Everyone is talking about artificial intelligence or AI, but what does it mean to Canada or to our Canadian identity?
What is Canadian? How do you define Canadian?
And how do we engage with the idea of Canadian? How do we really feel it?
We invite you to explore your Canadian feelings in our new Canadian Identity Simulator. Simply configure your identity, choose how many Canadians you want to encounter, and step right into authentic dialogue.
Use WASD on your keyboard to move, and your mouse to look around. Oh, look, there's a Canadian. Press Tab to activate the text bar so you can converse.
Well, Marigold, for me, it's about opportunity and responsibility. My family came here because Canada offered a chance to build a better life through hard work. But that opportunity feels threatened when housing is unaffordable.
Perhaps you're wondering, how does it work? What does our back end look like?
We translated the dataset into a probabilistic character generation system. Each personality trait, belief, and concern is mathematically derived from authentic Canadian voices across all demographics. We also leverage the insights surfaced from our overall analysis, turning them into themes that the user can set before they enter the simulation.
Bonjour, Marigold. How are the flowers doing today? Say, I was just pondering this whole polarization everyone talks about. Seems like we all want Canada to thrive, but we disagree on the best way. What's your take?
Ah, good. Someone ready to grapple with the messy beauty of being Canadian. Understanding is a good start. But it's more than just acknowledging differences, isn't it? It's about valuing them, even when they challenge us.
Well, Mr. Santos, a strong Canada, to me, means one where folks look out for each other, no matter where they come from. It's about hard work and earning your keep.
McLeod, I appreciate that sentiment. But how do we ensure everyone truly has the same opportunity to earn their keep when systemic barriers exist? Isn't acknowledging and dismantling those barriers also part of looking out for each other and building a stronger, more inclusive Canada?
Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the simulator.
Matt, can we get you up here? Before you are encumbered with a oversized, ridiculously large check, do you have words to say?
I don't have a lot to say, but I just want to say I'll step into the good light. And yeah, just this is really nice. And I work really hard on this. It was a lot of work. Yeah, thanks. So just in case, yeah, I don't know. How long do I have? How do you want me to talk for?
I don't know. What do you got to say?
Well, okay. Oh, thanks. So,
I love that you can win by taking the piss out of the whole context.
okay, good. Yeah. So the idea was to create an experience that could be lighthearted, but if anyone wanted to go kind of deep with it, it will be there for you. Like I was working really hard debugging it at the end, and I found myself like kind of playing a bit, and I realized that part of my Canadian identity is the fact that my mom's Australian, my dad's Canadian, and so my Canadian identity comes to me through my father, and so it was like this sort of profound moment that I feel like can happen when you. Oh, sorry, it's pointing right there. Okay, sorry. Okay. So it was cool to just have that experience of encountering something through this simulation that I didn't envision. I feel like that's one of the amazing things about AI. Anyway, I'm going to monologue here. So, so the system is autonomous character system that I've been working on. Vibe coding. I'm from a film and TV background, so I don't know any coding, but I've been building that in Unity since January. And then, so when the data set came along, I was like, this seemed to be a really nice kind of like connection between the voices of the people and the data, and like the possibility of like putting those people, sort of manifesting the people from the data and interacting with them and seeing them interact with each other. And personally, I feel like those conversations that are about identity and about politics are very difficult to have in real life. And so there's this opportunity maybe through AI to like have these difficult, like I can expose difficult ideas and sensitive thoughts to AI in a way that I couldn't to other people. So I feel like that's sort of a value that the thing has. So yeah, the cool innovation that was in the heart of this, I think, beyond the system, was that we built, and I say we, it's me and the Claude model. We built this character generation engine. So basically the relationship between the identity data points in the data set were manifested in the characters. So like we would get these seeds from that system, and then we would feed that into Claude, and it would create these character personas that then would become models and then into the environment. So that's what you kind of encounter when you go in and talk. So that's what it is. And thanks. Oh.
It's amazing. The story we just heard is amazing. So like, he's been building this model since, he's a film guy with no development background. He's been building this model since January, and the rival guys come along and drop some data upon us. And you're like, yo, this is a great chance to mesh my data, my character model with the data and actually do something real.
Yeah, totally. And before this, what I had a clown and I had a Viking, and the Viking was looking for his brother Bob, so it wasn't really that strong. So it was a really great opportunity to actually take it beyond just being a test environment and actually build something that needed to kind of like walk and talk like more like a product. So not to use that term use that term in a product way, in a positive way, where it's like it's a finished thing that you can actually interact with as a person. So that's what it was. So yeah, anyway, great opportunity. I just want to, thanks very much. Yeah, really cool. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
The check. Yes. This is the largest check I've ever seen.
So you guys got to pardon us for a second. We're going to turn around and do one with, will you turn on the top light over there, please, sir? Where's our photographer? Okay, let's go in the front first, but then let's also go in the back. So, congratulations, mister. Yeah. This is real money that is actually able to catch up. Hey, Michelle, can we try one like this? What do you mean? Can we try one like this? Will all you guys give us like a... Yeah.
Stand up. It's your time to spread.
Yeah. Let's all gather around the check.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's yours. That's like 8% of our monthly budget, bro.
And we can't forget your kitschy prizes. Please, I spent so long. Matt, get back here. Matt! I mean, $2,500 is arguably better than these, but I don't think so. You get the beaver and the Canadian rubber ducky. There you are.
Did you say Bieber? Because
I said beaver.
Oh, shit. I thought you said Bieber. I was so jealous.